Hey everyone, welcome back. Well, it is time to probably cut the worst corn crop in America this year. We're getting the header ready. Yes, we're gonna cut corn with this header.
Hi, I'm Tony Fast's daughter.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter. Our family has been blessed to farm in Montana
For over 100 years now.
And it wouldn't be possible without the great team we have
and blessings from our Savior,
Jesus Christ.
These are what we're gonna put on that header so we can cut corn. These are flexi finger brand corn pans, and they're gonna go every foot space on the header. They're gonna clip right on to these attachment nuts that we use for our flexi finger crop lifters. So kind of a whole package deal. I bought those on auction time like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago probably. And I've never used them. So we're gonna see how they're gonna work. They use them in Canada. They're built in Canada to put on these headers so that guys can cut corn whichever direction they want to go. They want to maybe dabble in corn like we're kind of dabbling in corn and not have the expense of a corn header for just 40 acres or whatever they're going to do. So we're going to get these all figured out, how they go on. Figure we have to move these bolts around and go cut some corn today. Grab one of those and we'll show them what they look like on the back side.
Put my gloves on, my fingers are getting cold working with cold metal.
So let's look at the bottom of it, Tim. So this is a quick little latch system that hooks onto that nut on there. The guard tips go in there and they just snap right into place once you get it kind of lined up. Just like that. Well, the corn pans are all on. They're not all adjusted, right? We probably don't have the right washers under all of them, but I don't think the corn's that short where we're gonna have issues with some of these dragging in the dirt, but I think it'll work. So next, I guess I'll go fire up a combine and go see what that all needs. Well, we run Sunnybrook all crop concaves. So concaves, we don't need to switch those. We can cut peas, wheat, canola, any of that stuff with those concaves. Don't have to switch anything out, but I do need to close that up because we don't need grain on the ground. Kind of defeats the purpose, right? And then I'm already shifting to second gear. We can get down low enough on speed on that, I think. So put this bolt in, maybe. Come on, left hand, you can do it. There we go. And yeah, we'll go check oil, fire it up, put the header on. Oil's good. Whoa, whoa, good.
We made it that far. We're making some adjustments and try this again. Corn Harvest 2022 Fast Ag. I'm no certified crop advisor or anything, but I've seen better. But for what it's been through, it's still making it.
And we're not even out of the grasshopper damage yet. Well, the moisture tester on the combine showing 17. And oh, look at that, 1 bushel per acre. Eventually we'll get all the grasshopper damage, but we're gonna do an actual corn test and see if that's dry or what we got going on. Doesn't sound dry.
Another cobby.
Just cow feed.
Yeah.
We got a little pile in there. Well, I guess it's too wet. So it's an oil in there yet. Well, I guess it's time for plan B for the day. Not really sure how long it's going to take to dry, but I guess once it's cold, we don't care about moisture because it's all going to get fed to the cows, so we'll have to do it when it's really cold out. Well, plan B, let's go finish some dirt work. I don't know if we can quite get it done today yet, but we're going to try. At least get a good start on it. We got to take all the grade down from the building so all the water will run away from it. Do a bunch of dirt work around there with the neighbor's scraper, and Tim's going to go pick that up. The wagon might be too big for the horse, but we're gonna give it a shot. So right along here is high. Obviously this is high. We got quite a step up, maybe a foot of dirt to move here. So we want to go probably 50 feet away from the building, a foot down for now because we can add gravel or more dirt back if we need to. But first we're gonna try and get it at least level or lower to begin with. Let's see what that looks like first. So this is the neighbors, and they did a great job on converting this from a PTO or from a cable machine to a hydraulic, and putting it onto a converted ollie in the front instead of the old school puller. It's an old Cat. I don't know how big it is. It's big. Bigger than the one we used to have. And hey, look at that. We got a push block if we need to push with the payloader. But maybe not hit that. I don't know what that's to. Huh. We'll see how it goes. We might have to hook the quad onto this if we run out of traction, but we'll give it a shot. Well, the plan is to take the scraper and start working down the topsoil, take the top, I don't know, 4 to 6 inches of dirt off, and then we'll get down to the subsoil or whatever you want to call the rest of the dirt. Not the good growing dirt. We'll set that aside and then go in and dig down to grade.
Well, that's one way to find a rock.
Well, I was not expecting trusses till tomorrow, but the first load is here. Wow, that's gonna be a big building. The part that these guys just missed is like the thud you felt in your chest when it hit the ground and echoed off the bins.
So the driver said that he did need a little help sliding his trailer. So my job is I get to lift up on this pin. Pin's out. Supposed to go to the yellow line. Pin's been dropped again. The rest is up to him.
Well, since we have such a lovely day, we better get the air drill all cleaned up. Pin's getting any fertilizer, any dirt washed off the top, still have hydraulic cylinders leaking, seals on the back, on the cap end of the cylinder, I guess it'd be. So still more warranty work for them to catch up on. It's a manufacturer of the cylinder problem. Honestly think they cut the groove too deep and the O-rings aren't snugging up, and then they start blowing oil past the end cap, past that O-ring. Because they stuck O-ring kit and O-ring kit and O-ring kit in. Some of them have been changed a couple times already, so that's getting really old. But I'm gonna get the cart, bottoms opened up, tops opened up, get the hoses off from the meter so we don't get any water into the cart tubes underneath where the airflow goes and the grain. And then we'll be ready to pressure wash out the top of the tank and get the tank, all the fertilizer and dust and stuff out of the cart, because we want this thing to last forever. So we gotta take both of these down. I guess we could just leave them like that. Take chains off and then take this quick connect off. That way, no moisture from in the tank is gonna get into these tubes. And if we take the blow gun or a leaf blower and blow on the bottoms of these, it should clean any of the fertilizer out and drop it out here, or seed, because there's probably still stuff up there in that auger flight.
My project for the day. One of them. Anyway, so we're gonna grease the air seeder. Rinsed it off a little bit yesterday. Rinsed off the seed cart as well. And today we're gonna grease it and get it out of our way. We'll be done with it. So that's on the agenda. I'm gonna count, see how many grease zerks there actually are. We'll see. Currently it is 7:56. And I'm only to here. Oops, that one. And it's 8:30. Not quite halfway. 7 plus whatever's in our gun still. So 7 tubes of grease. And we're not quite finished yet. We still have the conveyor on the seed cart left to do. and it is now 11:02. Tony jumped in when I was partway through it, and we just did it on the math. There's got to be over 700 grease zerks between the air seeder and the cart, and it took us a little over 3 hours between the two of us doing it. So, that's a project. It was 8 tubes.
We're gonna be kind of close here, but I think it's gonna work. There you go. Let's hold it up and ready to go to storage. I don't know what looks more deadly, that or the snouts on a corn head. Well, we kind of seem to have it dialed in. Takes a little bit of nudging on the GPS to get it to line up with the rows, but that's corn. Well, something on that side of the sickle made it stop working. So I must have something bound up in a guard. We'll go figure that out in the morning. Morning! We found the problem. That is not supposed to be on top of that.
Way to go fast.
Hey, you weren't there, so it probably was your fault.
You didn't need me.
There we go. Back freed up. Time to go cut. What do you think? Feels like winter, doesn't it?
It does.
A little humid. Inch rain forecasted for tomorrow and Sunday, so.
With possible snow.
With possible snow come Monday morning. So finish up. He got the dash winterized yesterday. And I got the sprayers to blow out yet. Get some coolant in the pumps. Antifreeze in the pumps. And then it's
That's it.
can't think of the fire truck has water in it, but we'll just throw that in the shed. Keeps on getting hot and windy. Makes me worry about a fire. So I keep filling that back full of water after we drain it.
Better safe than sorry.
That's right. Oh yeah, we're back in business. This works okay. We're kind of getting it figured out. It's obviously not the most efficient way to raise corn. Corn header definitely works better, but for a few acres, these corn pans work all right. Especially on 12-inch row spacing where I can just run right between, almost treating the pans like a corn snout, going between the rows. So, but occasionally get to a cob that just goes flying way up in the air. That's not really great for yield, but whatever. Whoa, 37 bushels. Well, I'll show you guys kind of what happened to this corn crop this year. If you followed along all summer, you saw the grasshopper damage we had and what they all did. So in this corn, they really affected it, where this is obviously a tiny cob, but I saw this side of it before I picked it up. And it just never pollinated right because the grasshoppers were eating on the end of the cobs. So there's a lot of cobs out here. Like this is a decent sized dryland Montana cob. It just only has like a tenth of the kernels it should have on it compared to a couple of these that pollinated good. So that's what we're fighting this year. Just a lot of this, a lot of myth and teeth type of kernels or cobs. So yeah, kind of can see pans work good to catch those cobs before they fall off and stuff. Occasionally we have a few spots where they get stuck. These stalks are pretty green in the low spots yet, and that is kind of what we're fighting, where they don't want to feed right. But beyond that, these things work good. For sure, if we had a better dry down stalk characteristic or trait in the corn, I think it would work a lot better. But like, see, get some of these stuck. So occasionally you gotta stop and do that. I think if you were cutting 30-inch corn planted with a planter where you'd have more consistent stalks going through, it would feed through a lot better too. But we're just doing this with the equipment we have, and this is what we get. Well, it started sprinkling, and so quickly we got the combine header off, blew it off, put all the corn pans in a crate, and got the hopper blowing out.
You need something?
Hop in.
Show up.
You can hop in.
Just are you showing them your awesome corn cutting combine?
It is an awesome corn cutting combine, that's for sure, huh?
Yeah.
But just a little recap of that corn. We weren't trying for a high yield, obviously. It was corn seed from 2014 we had left. We put it in an air seeder on 12-inch space and planted it at like, I don't even remember what it was, 24,000 population is just what we had left for seed for those acres. 18 acres, I think it ran 70 bushels total, not per acre, total. So it's like 5 bushel per acre. Now, I'm an hour and a half down the road, they're cutting like 100 bushel corn. So it's not like we can't raise corn here. We just had grasshoppers, seeded it really late, old corn seed, and did I say grasshoppers? Because the grasshoppers really did damage. Lots of cobs never even pollinated at all in the thinner spots where most of the leaves were gone. So it's gonna make some corn feed for graining the cows for this winter, and that's really all we were after. Next year though, we're gonna do it a little bit different and hopefully come out with a better outcome. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, farm hard, pray harder, and we'll see you next video.